stuck on
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Hey.
Yep.
How's it
Hopefully,
going?
it's going. Hopefully, you guys can't hear my air conditioning. I have like 2 air conditioning units going right now and like a shit ton of fans. It's super hot in here.
I just ran and kicked mine on before it started. I was sitting here thinking, I'm going to be sweating on this stream if I don't do that.
Nah, I'm chilling.
Yeah. So, what's new, guys? I haven't, I guess, like, I feel like we haven't been talking a lot, and honestly, I feel like just everybody's probably not been flying. It's just busy with life stuff a little bit more.
Yeah, kind of a
I
little
was
bit
flying.
here.
I crashed in water.
Oh, yeah, you did crash in water.
That's right.
That's right. Wait, which drone did you crash in water?
My first one.
Baby Ape?
Yep.
Did you do it with the thumb on it?
Yep.
No.
Oh, man.
I think
How did it all survive?
The drone is fine. I know the drone's fine. I don't know about the camera.
Did you try to power it on and it's not working, or what?
I didn't think of that. I didn't power it on. I only powered on the drone.
Oh, you're doing this live right now. Let's do it.
Well, okay.
Let's see it. I mean, was it like nasty water?
No, it was at that the place I took you.
Yeah, so nasty river water.
Where are my beds?
I'm lagging a little
I've
bit.
seen the drone survive.
Yeah, I could see the drone surviving.
My buddy crashed one in the river right out by the field where we fly, and
fine.
I watched it. It was cold weather too. He stripped down to his undies and had to walk in the river, but
jeez,
is plugged it in a day later and it worked just fine.
Nice.
Yeah, camera's all good.
Yeah, I mean, normally when it's fresh water, like clean water, then it's not a problem. It's the minerals in the water that get to it. But I don't know.
I can see that. Well, I don't think I'd want to try salt water.
Yep, I have had the drone go in boiling salt water once before. I think I told you guys about that a while ago. There's a freaking tiny whoop, and Rachel was boiling some water.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Plunk. Yeah.
Neighbors, right?
I did a little bit of flying, but I was doing some stupid tricks, and I lawn darted my 5-inch into the gravel, and it exploded my GoPro. So that's why I haven't posted any video besides some DVR or tiny whip video that got under 40 views. But I feel like DVR sucks for video. No one ever watches DVR video.
Yeah, because they're all looking for the high definition now.
Yeah. So I'm on the market for a new GoPro. I've been looking at just the GoPro 10 went on sale for like $220, and it's like that's pretty cheap. So
I mean, I finally
Yeah,
got
that's
my
not
bad.
GoPro.
yeah, you have a GoPro 5 too. I was running a GoPro 7 white, which was like a really crappy GoPro too.
Well, here's the thing. I can't
But
complain. I got it for $80.
yeah, that's good.
So, and
Yeah.
I did figure
Sunday.
out it can do higher resolution, which I did get that mount finally figured out. I just didn't do the actual cage yet
Oh yeah.
because
I
the
finally
whole
charged mine.
the whole tree support issue I was having, which
Yeah.
it did end up printing trees. It just didn't show it in the program. So,
Oh,
nice.
yeah. Normally you have to click an extra thing that shows that. At least in Creality.
It's
I
funny
never
you
used-
reviewed for it.
They had that.
I never used that Creality. I usually use I don't use the slicer. I usually use the print. But
Oh.
now I'm gonna switch over to the slicer.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which now
That
I gotta
Creality
find.
slicer was actually, it's basically a copy of Cura slicer. So if you hear
Yeah.
Cura stuff, Cura and Creality are like one and the same as far as the slicer goes.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Which now I gotta find hardware for my 5-inch to actually put this on now.
Like what do you mean
'Cause-
hardware? Just
Because the screws in here aren't
Agreed.
long enough.
oh dude, I got like a million. You don't have an M3 screw kit from all your RC stuff?
Dude, I can't explain how many screws and stuff I've lost and
Myself.
gone through.
That's
Yeah.
a great part about owning a hobby shop, man, is not running out of
No-
screws.
no hardware.
I have bulk
Yeah.
screws. Although I still have to buy a new size every now and then. I got a little further. I haven't been flying, but I have been doing some like 3D printing and designing.
Yeah.
It's my new Source One build that we're gonna be using
Nice.
for GoPro. So
That's
that's a Vifly
Oh,
Finder 2 buzzer. Those are cool.
yeah.
Backup battery, and they
Yep.
got on the more. This one's a little bit bigger, so I mean you need a bigger drone for it, but it's got a light sensor, so it knows when it goes dark at night, and then it'll start like strobing.
Strobing? Oh, that's
During the
awesome.
day, it's got an auto beat, like a beeper that'll automatically go off, but
Yeah.
it's got kind of like a battery conserve mode, so that it'll shut the beeper off after a while, and then it'll strobe at night, and then like turn the beeper back on intermittently. Kind of
Yeah. That's cool.
After losing 2 drones, I put at least the auditory beeper bare minimum on everything now, but
Yeah.
I like this bigger one with the strobe.
And I don't run a beeper besides like a beeper switch, but if my battery ejectocito, then I'm screwed. But I normally I always record my DVR in my goggles. That way I can like go back and fly, like kind of watch where the last frame was, you know?
Sure. Yeah, that's definitely helpful. This one's going to have the whole GPS and the remote ID and everything. So I'm taking my time and doing like a little better job with these like 3D prints for the components. Try to be kind of a more professional build with it. But then I'm also going to release it as a kit. I'm going to lower the standoffs and do some camera TPU protective. So it'd be like a slam build of a Source One V3 frame.
Yeah.
Kind of kit that I'll offer, and I'm mostly developing it because it's the stuff I want to use for myself. But you might as well throw it on my website, and I'll throw it on Thingiverse too when I get done with all the components. That's kind of why I haven't been flying. We're trying to get set up for that drone shoot. I took the day off work on Tuesday, and we were supposed to go down and try to fly with them again, and it got rained out for the second time. So
oh no,
we're just gonna go down the day of the show, and it'll just be live.
Just wing it. Yeah, there we go. Do you have an RF meter? Like a radio
Yeah, I
frequency
do.
meter?
I got like one of the what do they call them? The immersion RC ones that people use for checking VTX signals.
Yep.
I don't know if I really know how to use it super well though. I haven't had much experience using it anyways.
Yeah, it takes a little practice to use. I would definitely do a little research and then try to use it there, because from my understanding,
it's an interesting idea.
If you read it properly, if you know what you're looking at, you'd be able to tell if you're going to have, for the most part, like a sudden dropout or anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Sorry, I gotta grab tissue here.
I'll have to dig some YouTube up on that or something.
Yeah, there's got to be some Bardwell videos on it or something. But yeah, I would check that because that's a lot of dang drones flying around. 210 drones or whatever it's gonna be. That's a lot. So
you couldn't get those RF meters for quite a long time, and that's kind of like Immersion RC's race timing system too. Yeah, they haven't sold any in like 3-4 years, and they never really say if they're gonna make more or not. And so when they came out with more of those RF meters, I didn't really know what to do with one, but I just snagged one up because I'm like, well, might be my only chance.
Right. But yeah, so
and I guess commercial ones are really expensive for significant more than that one.
I was listening to a live stream that Bardwell was doing, and he was talking about a new RF meter thing, and I think he spent like $300 or $200 on it. And I don't know, I wouldn't use it enough to even justify spending that much on it, to be honest. And my goggles, I think I have like the Trudy Diversity old school ones, and they have an RF like radio frequency chart thing on it that you can kind of click, and I'm sure it's not super accurate.
I use an Immersion RC module on my goggles, and that has some sort of frequency deal on it too. I've never really looked at it too close, but
yeah. Is mine Immersion RC? I know that my patch antenna is, but I don't know if my whole unit is. I'll have to look at it. I put that in 6 years ago, so I don't even know. And I sanded it down, and yeah. Oh my gosh, Windows is doing more updates. Don't do an update right now. Okay, sorry, I didn't want to lose the stream. I think they say True D when they turn on, but I don't. Is that like a brand that was back then, or what? I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, I don't know. They're all the different. I'm not that familiar with modules. I know there's like the Rapid Fire and Foxfire and a bunch of different fire ones.
Serious FPV.
And then there's like the TBS is kind of similar to those. I don't know.
Yeah, this thing has been out of stock for like years. It used to be $120. Wow. Yeah.
I think most of the racers either use if they're racing on analog, they almost all either use Immersion RC, Rapid Fire, or TBS Fusion modules. But it's all going to HD0 slowly in the race circuit kind of world.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like the analog better though. It's still more durable, and it's HD0 takes a while to like start up, and there's like a lot of lag in the menus, and it doesn't like crash and all that much. Like there's still some stuff about it that's not that great, but I think the racers look at it like if they crash at all, like the high level racers, if they crash at all, they're losing, so they don't care if it just fails when they hit the ground. You know, it's like they're gonna stay in the air and win, or they don't care.
Right.
But I think it's gotten a lot better though. I don't know. I wish I had the money for a set of those goggles. That's why I talk about it. I kind of want a set, but I already got a $600 set of analog goggles too, though. And all my gear is all set up for analog. It would be really pricey for me to switch everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I switched, I'd be going to the DJI 03. I was even thinking about just buying a bunch of those instead of a GoPro, because you can do the DVR video through that. But the only downside is you get your props in the view a lot more.
I was kind of strongly thinking about buying something with that too, and maybe selling my original DJI stuff. Yeah. Just because the size, mostly. I don't know that the air unit from the original
is huge.
That's how I've always done all my like kind of DVR on my own YouTube channel. If it wasn't like analog crap race video, I would just DVR off the air unit. But yeah, that thing's a beast. It doesn't even want to fit in my 7-inch Source 1 frame very well. You know, people do weird 3D print special mounts to like hang it off the back end further and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't want to do that. Just seems like more stuff to break. But I was trying to think. Oh, I was going to tell you guys. So I bought that drone from the guy that Seth got his 2 drones from. I bought like a 5-inch that was just the flight controller was bricked out, but he sold it to me for like $25. I started taking it apart, and I found out that it's a Joshua Bardwell kit. It's one of his first kit builds that he released.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I replaced all the electronics with Hobbywing, ESC, and flight controller. I forgot which one I put in it, but I kept the same motors, kept the same frame, and it's ELRS, I believe. But the thing rips around pretty good. I like the frame; it feels really light. But my under that GoPro crash, my other 5-inch, the flight controller lost a chip off of the board, and so I got to get a new FC for that. And you can't buy just the Darwin FPV flight controller for this thing. You have to buy a stack, and it's not even the same stack that comes with the Find and Fly. So I might just like go completely with Hobbywing again. And
that's what I put in my Source One build as a Hobbywing stack.
Yeah.
I sat there and thought, like, I just sit there and think about how I'm going to build them for a really long time. If you were like a third person watching my progress on the build, you would think I'm just doing nothing for hours. But like mentally, just kind of figuring out where it's all going to go and thinking about how I want to design the 3D print around it and stuff. But man, it came with a nice soldered on capacitor and XT60 cables, and I really didn't want to desolder that, but I ended up anyways because I wanted to take it a different way. But they use some high temp solder on there, though. I kind of had trouble getting them big cables off of there. I had to really
those big cables suck.
Stand on that thing to get them off of there.
Yeah, they're so nice, but like it sucks to take them off. There's really no good way besides standing on it and hoping that you don't fry something else or lift a pad.
They seem like good hardware, though. The Street League guys really stand by that Hobbywing stacks. And they have good luck with it, and they beat the crap out of them.
I was going to say, yeah, they're probably a lot more full throttle than we are for freestyle. Yeah. So that's
it doesn't necessarily have like is that much. They use that RPM limiter, so actually like the amp draw that they're pulling and stuff is fairly modest, but they physically just crash like tons.
Oh, durability wise,
crashes and crash into other drones in the air and stuff, So they'll handle that kind of punishment good. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to find. I mean, we'll see how this.
I kind of part of the reason I want to maybe think about an 03 though is because I got a bad flight controller in my one little freestyle drone that has the original DJI Air unit in it, and it's kind of an outdated stack too. It's an old Holy Bro Kakute stack, but it's got a BL Heli SESC, and then. I don't know, like it would be like the most oddball flight controller of my whole fleet to get that one going again. And I just don't know if I want to be doing this janky old weird hardware. Like I just might be time to start over with a new one now.
Yeah, you could keep the frame and the motors and just change out the guts.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go to that new VTX. It would fit that frame better too. I think part of the reason that one, the VTX, the air unit's mounted on top of the stack on that one, kind of the top carbon plate, but there's not a lot of space. And I think it just, it just nailed the stack when I got in I hit a steel pole a little bit on our gravity gate out on the racetrack. And I think it just pounded that VTX right into the flight controller, and that was it.
Jeez.
Not a super great design, but they did an amazing job of packing it in there tightly, though, to a super small frame, though, for what it is.
Yeah. Seth, do you have any?
I think I might buy it.
Oh, go ahead.
3.5-inch Cinewhoop is kind of what I've been looking at, maybe.
Yeah.
Start practicing flying indoors.
3.5. Yeah. Get a tiny whoop, dude. Like, I don't know why everybody doesn't jump on the tiny whoop bandwagon. I still have Seth's tiny whoop. I have to give that to him somehow. But I love whipping my tiny whoop around like that when I just want to do some stupid tricks and just like I don't really care if I explode a couple of frames doing it. Like. You just do all the stupid stuff with that one, and then you start kind of learning it in the sim a little bit, and then you can go do it on the 5-inch. To me, I'd
be looking at flying indoor. Like I just want to learn how to fly a big craft confidently indoors and not like crash all over the place.
Yeah.
See, I already crash when I'm outside.
Yeah.
I do have a tiny whoop. I got one of the a newbie drone.
You do have one?
I can't remember the name of it. It's one of the newer newbie drone ones, and it flies pretty nice.
Hummingbird.
I like my Mobula 6 better though. The Hummingbird, yeah. It came with a good tune. I never really tuned it. I just fly it, and it flies nice.
Yeah.
But then like I jump on my buddy has like a Mobula 6 that's like stripped down to be super light. And you jump on his and it's like, oh my god, yours has like twice as much power, man.
Dude, yeah.
So
I had a Mobula 6
for the weight.
I had a Mobula 6 HD, and that was like the one that had it was like a run cam split, like a mini run cam split in it, and so it was really heavy. Like it was very, very heavy. It was probably closer to 30 grams, and a normal tiny whoop is, 22, 20, 19 grams.
Yeah.
And that's what I flew for the longest time. That was my first brushless tiny whoop, and then I switched to this Beta FPV Meteor 65, and that felt like a Ferrari because it was just 10 grams lighter and higher KV motors.
A few grams, really.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, I could actually fly acro and do inverted yaw spins with this little shit. Like, it's fun. Seth.
Yep.
Do you have any GoPro video yet, or are you still working on your mount?
I don't have GoPro video. I need the mount or the hardware.
Oh yeah.
But remember that tree that you tried pushing me to do, like the gap through?
The sideways one? Which park? Which park?
At the first park I took you to.
The one I hit the tree in?
Not the big one, but the one closer to us.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
I actually first hit that with my 5-inch before I took out my 3-inch and did it.
Yeah.
Which kind of blew my mind because I ended up going sideways through it and then finishing the roll.
Nice.
Which I was like, I wish I had my GoPro on it, but I wasn't able to, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I could do it again, and then I smacked the tree, and that was a fun time.
Yeah, but you'll learn like smacking a tree once in a while with a 5-inch. When you're not like racing, you're not going super fast. Like you'll be fine. You'll be able to walk away from it and keep flying.
Yeah. I'm surprised my blade didn't snap.
You'll get better at putting that quad in reverse and just not hitting things, like being able to bail out very last second.
Yes, that's enough. Yeah, the more experience you get too. But sometimes when you're doing those flips, like knife edges through a tree gap, like it's got to commit. Like unless you know that you're not lined up right, and you don't do it, you gotta commit to it. But I was in another tree like 2 weeks ago. Did Rachel send that picture in a group chat of me swinging at it with a bunch of sticks I taped together? I don't know.
No.
We went to Green Bay Park and like I was bombing around and I don't know what happened. Like I think our little one Archer like was at my knees or touched me or something like that, and like I immediately went to focus on that and then went back to in the middle of me flying and went like back and I hit a tree as soon as like I tried to correct myself because I just got distracted for a second and I crashed like 30 feet in a tree. It was so high up and it was stuck again, and we tried to climb it, we couldn't climb it, and so I grabbed like a huge tree branch that was around, tried to swat at it, and that didn't work. So I grabbed a bunch of electrical tape and a bunch of more sticks, and I had like 4 sticks taped together with electrical tape, and I was just swinging at this damn tree for like 20 minutes before I was able to get mine down. But it was kind of funny too, because when I got it down, I also was trying to arm it to shake it after I kind of hit it in a good spot. And when I armed it to shake it, it popped off the branch and started hovering, and I was able to land it without even crashing down. But
nice.
Yeah. But I don't know. I need video. I'm probably not going to get over.
Working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to get stuff in the air again. I will have video for you, a lot of video once I get flying again. I just don't have anything that's flying with a camera on it at the moment. Besides race quads, and that analog. You're right. Nobody does want to really watch that analog too much.
Dude, yeah.
It's pretty raw.
It's hard. Like you get a seizure when you're watching it sometimes, but I don't know. I mean, I have the stupid DJI FPV, that has the good camera on it and everything. But that thing flies like a brick. If you're going to fly it, like you can do occasional flips and rolls and stuff, and maybe some small gaps, but you can't get aggressive with it enough to like make a cool freestyle video. It's almost like more of like a cinematic video that you got to do. So then you got to choose a really cool spot to fly to do it too.
Right.
Finding nice spots for cinematic stuff. Sometimes it just comes down to luck, to have the sun just right.
Just
and
drive around in golden hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've done some stuff like on the river where like the ice was melting and stuff, and you just had no clue it was going to be this awesome sheet of ice until you just happened to be there and see it. Like,
I watched one of your videos doing that. You had a video where you were cruising along this like ice sheet. I just remember seeing water on one side and then just the edge of the ice.
Yeah, I live right next
cool.
to the Wisconsin River, like right next to it, a pretty big section of it.
Nice.
So I fly out there a lot, like right as the ice is melting in the spring. It's kind of ice and water are always kind of good things to shoot at.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's not a lot of like real dynamic scenery around me though. Either that's like the only sort of scenic thing in Wausau that's worth it. There's Rib Mountain and stuff, but that's state park. You're not really supposed to be flying up there. And
yep, I was at Peninsula State Park in Door County last weekend for 3 days, and like the whole time I'm thinking like, oh man, this would be so. I didn't bring any drone besides like I brought the DJI Tello so we could throw it, and take a couple pictures, but like obviously you can't fly over there. It's the coolest looking area, and like you can't do anything.
I saw some cool DVR today. I was up in Tomahawk area actually at my buddy Nate's, and I don't know, we got on some conversation, but he was up in Iron River, Michigan, which is like just basically straight north of us, right across the border. But there's like an old iron mining museum, and they got some like tall, like tower derrick. I don't know what they are, part of the mining operation.
Yeah.
But then it's also sort of like this old like log cabin town that kind of depicts like the way it used to be when this mining operation was prevalent up there, like 75 years ago or 100 years ago or something. But he showed up in the fall after they're seasonal. They kind of shut down in the fall. And once they shut down, it's just sort of a ghost town. It's a really cool place to fly. We should go check that place out like this fall if there's a warm day.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's like you can fly around this little town basically, but then there's also these tower type structures.
Towers, dude, building dives. That'd be fun. I'm trying to learn how to do the trippy spin. I've been doing it on the simulator more and more, and I learned that if I use Rachel's laptop for the sim, it acts a lot better and it's a lot faster than my stupid computer.
Sure.
So I've been using that more.
I don't have that.
I'm really good at.
You don't have what?
I said I don't have that issue.
I know, because you got a huge gaming PC that costs as much as my car.
Well, maybe. I was going to throw you some shade, but never mind.
Some shade?
Yeah. Was you driving that POS Subaru?
One of them. I have two. I have one good one, and then I just have the daily.
Yeah, the daily.
The daily that burns oil and coolant. It stopped burning coolant since I fixed it, but now it's burning oil.
But no, I had a
better than coolant.
Idea. better than coolant.
But no, I had an idea for a video that I was going to do here, but I'm not too sure if I can technically do it.
Well, so if it involves showing your willy, then you cannot.
Oh yeah, totally that.
I don't think your GoPro has enough zoom on it, so.
You're...
So what can you not do?
I don't know parking garage, because I got 2 of them in town that I was going to try.
I mean, I would just do it, but do it with the baby 8. I was gonna.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna take my 5-inch. That thing is insanely fast. It still scares me.
Yeah, I was gonna ask next time you come down to Appleton, you grab. We'll do tiny whooping in one of the parking ramps at nighttime. It'd be fun because it'd be lit up and then it'd be empty and you could just cruise around. So I don't know.
I'd take my 3-inch too. And get better video too.
Yeah, you'd get better video that way.
But no, I
consider throwing a throttle cut on your 5-inch, like an 80% throttle.
Yeah,
I could, but it's more like I kind of want to get used to it, I guess. It's just, to me, what's difficult is it feels heavy compared to what I'm used to with my 3-inch.
Yeah, that's scary.
That's what I'm struggling with is just the weight and
the power.
That.
So, if you had to guess, do you think, and I don't know the answer to this, but do you think the power to weight ratio is more in your Baby 8 than the 5-inch? Or less?
If you're scaling it, it feels about the same.
It feels about
logically,
the same. Yeah.
Logically scaling it makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's just me getting used to a bigger, heavier.
Well, yeah, not just bigger, but also when you do throw the drone around, it does travel more. It does coast more into the corners and everything. So like
it just feels way different. And I gotta get used to the throttle and everything.
Throttle. Yeah. You gotta use a lot more throttle to counter your direction or whatever.
Oh yeah.
See, that's what I gotta get used to. So I'm so easy just throwing this fucking thing around and not worrying about it.
You could blow at that thing and it will stop it. So.
No.
Metaphorically speaking, I'm just saying that.
But no, I love flying this little thing.
Yeah.
That's a good sized drone. It's just not too intimidating, but still performance sized, not
100% would always recommend a new beginner getting that before a tiny whoop, because it has enough power to kind of get out of its own way, but it's not big enough to be kind of scary. And you're not exploding it every time you crash it too,
Oh, this thing has been through hell already with me.
Yeah.
I did my first concrete crash, and I'm like, oh.
You're not gonna. New pilots test them really well. The new pilots crash a lot. There's no doubt.
It was more like, I'm gonna split an arm, but I'm like, wait, I got 2 extra frames still, and
yeah, dude, you got 8 extra arms, and my arms over here that I'm not using.
Quite honestly, if I ever break this, I'm making another one.
Yeah,
just because I like it a lot.
Well, think about it, dude.
Think of those what do you think of their the cement stack liner? I see they have some hardware now, like electronics.
What is that?
Are a little bit. It's the same company that makes the Baby 8.
Darwin.
Yeah, it's Darwin, but they have some flight control stacks now that are priced kind of higher, and they're waterproof. They call it. They're potted, they epoxy the whole damn thing or something.
They have a metal casing.
Or cased or something. Yeah, I don't know. I was just perusing them a little bit, but it's it's too far from the gear that I'm interested in using that I didn't look real close. But I'm curious what if that stuff is worth the price, if it's durable and whatnot.
This is
look kind of interesting.
I'm adding it to the screen. So it's not showing what I'm thinking you're talking about. This one?
They got one called a cement stack.
Cement?
Or a cement flight controller. Yeah, it's on there. Right, it is in the corner there. That's the one that caught my eye.
Interesting.
Waterproof stack.
Oh, that's something new I just saw.
Oh, wow. That's reasonable, too. So, wait. Discount code for...
I mean, when you throw the word waterproof on there, that's kind of it catches your eye. If it's really nice and durable, man, that'd be something to consider. I think everyone was skeptical about their stuff at first, and I don't know.
I mean, I popped their
seems
ESC,
like people.
What?
But see, some of those get up there $160 for one of those stacks you were on.
Yeah, what is the MPU 600? Is that just the chip in it?
That's the gyro.
Oh,
there's the ICM series gyros and the MPU gyros, and people typically racers like the MPU 6000s the best. And then there's also the Bosch gyros, which people don't really like as much, but there's several different ICM gyros too, though. The second number, there's the ICM 42 blah blah blah.
Yeah,
people like certain numbers better than other numbers. You'd have to kind of Google that. There's a couple gyros that are considered kind of meh and not as, but the MPU 6000s are considered, I think, probably the standard best gyro. There's some debate around that. It's not hard science, but
yeah.
But
you don't fly with.
There's real reasons why like the Bosch gyros they have some conflicts in beta flight that don't like with timing or something. I'm not a big expert on it, but
Oh, okay. You'd have to put a conformal coating on this. Once you solder it, though, you'd still have to conformal coat these solder joints. What were you saying, Seth? I'm sorry.
I decided to also go to
Whoa.
their website, and I just found a tiny whoop I want to get from them, which must have been just released.
They have a tiny whoop?
Here, I'll share my screen. I have it pulled up.
Hold on, let me add it. That's my screen. Hold on.
Nah. They call it the tiny whoop.
That's not a tiny whoop.
It's gotta be.
Dude, it's got XT30 plugs on it. That's not a tiny whoop.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
it does. It's got to be like 3.5 or 2.5 inch.
That's more like a toothpick or something.
Yeah,
I don't know how you classify that, but
I don't know. That thing still looks fun.
Yeah, it probably looks
sure
pretty good.
Fun.
Looks strong too. But
probably performs a little bit a notch ahead of.
What size motors are on
it? That's a good question.
It'll say in the description somewhere.
What size battery does it call for?
2S.
2S, yeah.
I mean, it's still pretty small. Some of those things look bigger in photographs, like the like those Emax tiny freestyle drones. They always look kind of big in the advertisement, but then you see someone holding one in the palm of their hand, and it's like, oh, that's tiny. Much smaller than I thought.
And especially like the Tiny Hawk Freestyle, like that stupid thing is really expensive.
But no, it's on.
I flew one before, but what's that?
1103 motor.
1103. Yeah, I have 1103s, but that's on my
weird
Cinewhoop stuff.
Like, do they got two different configurations of the pod on that thing, or
one is HD and one is
that second one is significantly different looking.
Yes,
that's crazy looking.
That thing looks weird.
It looks
like
weird.
If you crash it,
they put the VTX explode sideways, huh?
Oh, that has a DJ.
It's kind of an interesting design. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can't see it perfectly over the screen.
I would, dude, like the 03 cameras, the lenses break so easily. I would not mount a camera like that. That looks like it looks like you're gonna explode that $250.
See, that's a shame too, because the old
$200 drone,
the OG DJI cameras were super bulletproof.
Yeah, the lenses crack on the 03s, and like you can't replace the lenses. You just have to buy a whole new camera. The camera's $100.
Yeah, that part sucks. I've only ever had one original air unit, and that camera's taken quite a lot of hits and never had an issue.
We got chat here. It's for cinematic. But if it's for cinematic stuff, wouldn't you want to have ducted props? What do you guys think? I don't know if you see the chat. You guys see the chat, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, though, the Mavics don't have the ducted props, and they're still the cinematic.
Well, when you're talking a cinematic, that's a 3-inch. I think of like flying inside around stuff and everything. Yeah, but I'm thinking of a small thing. Like, what's the purpose of having you literally have a $220 camera set up if you have the 03 in it, and then a $200 quad. So now you basically have like a $400 or $500 3-inch unit flying around.
I think if I was gonna do a quad, I would want to duct on it at that. Like if I was gonna do a GoPro quad, I'd do a 5-inch or a 7-inch for outdoor flying. But if I was gonna go with a 3-inch, I think I'd do a duct, because some of the like Part 107 laws require you to have ducts if you're gonna fly like in proximity to people and stuff like that. I mean, for versatility standpoint, I think there's reasons to have a ducted quad.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mainly don't fly ducted quads. I don't own a ducted quad except for a tiny whoop, though. I'm thinking about buying one, though, for that purpose, like just to be able to fly through a bar or something.
Yep. Yeah, I still have to do that one bar. Oh shit! You just reminded me of that. I forgot about that guy. I'll have to message him. I've been out of town and everything. So this is the Baby Ape 2.
Apparently, there's a 6S version of it.
Dude, what in the actual F does a 3.5 inch need a 6S battery for?
I want it.
No way.
Yeah, that's what you want. That thing will freaking rip.
Dude,
Diatone had a popular sort of racy frame called the R349, and they don't make it anymore. But those things were known to rip. But then they made a specialized 6S version of that, and it'll blow 5 inches away. Some of the old DVR from that 6S Diatone, man, that thing ripped.
But yeah, this is their new one. Apparently, it's instead of 3S, they're running 4S out of box.
Yeah, I would run 4S, but no. When you were buying yours is when I found this one. I remember seeing this one out because of the front plug on it reminds me of it. That one, when I popped my ESC on mine, I thought about just getting that, but I don't remember it being 6S. But it's cool. I mean, to be honest with you, the smaller drones are getting more popular, especially with regulation crap.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
but I
it's
just can't
too
believe
damn
the
bad
price.
that they didn't make it just a little bit, like 500 grams. 250 grams is really light.
It's such a dude. They shot
It's
that
very
measurement.
restrictive.
Yeah, they shot that weight at a dartboard, too. Like
Right.
I
Yeah,
doubt that they
had-
did research.
There was some
and-
I heard some story. It came from some old postal shit, or there was
Yeah,
something that they based it off of, but it didn't have a damn thing to do with FPV really. It was some
Exactly,
old
or even-
precedent.
Yeah, it's the weight of the chickens that they shoot into aircraft windows, right?
It could be.
You remember
yeah,
seeing that at
maybe
MythBusters or something like that when they were shooting chickens at
oh
windows?
yeah,
I think
I-
Bardwell
I
had an
just
episode
watched
that
that,
talked about
not that
or
long ago.
someone had an episode about how they got that weird number. But
Yeah,
it was
and it still didn't.
restricted.
It still didn't line up with us at all.
No, and I think when they did risk assessment, you could be more upwards of 1,000 grams and probably still be, not doing too much damage to things.
Yeah.
I'm
Jeez
not gonna
Louise.
lie. This might be my next drone.
Really, dude? You get that over a 5 inch? You know what my next drone is
I
gonna
got a
be
5-inch.
if I'm buying a ready to fly, if we're talking ready to flies, I'm gonna get the new iFlight Eco. I'll pull it up here. Or are you just pulling it up?
I got it.
You're faster at typing than I am.
This guy?
Yes, sir. Dude, look at the price of that. It's $200. Why would you not buy that? It's only $200. I mean,
That is a
Where-
good price. You don't
where-
find nothing for $200,
dude,
these days.
where you can't even build one cheaper than that. There's not, even if you grabbed all of the cheapest components ever, you cannot. I would get that.
Yeah, that's a
right
really
now.
compelling price, honestly.
Dude, easy. Yeah.
It's not bad.
I mean, I would get it to try it. For $200, that's worth it. And if the flight controller sucks on it for whatever reason, then I would just replace it. And you still got iFlight motors and an iFlight frame. That frame is really cool.
I mean, off axis has something else to say.
Yeah.
Worse than MEPS. It's funny. MEPS really took a beating off the bat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah, for $200, I'd roll the dice because I bought that stupid Darwin 5-inch 2 times now, and I flew that thing for years, or not years, at least 3 years, 2 years, and had no problems. And that was a $200 quad, and that has some ancient electronics in it. And this thing has newer stuff in it, better camera, better motors than the Darwin. So I don't know. I would roll the dice and try it.
See, what I've noticed with Darwin, they're just working on their smaller scale,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
which is fine.
think about it. It's probably the best bet because of the regulation. But
Right.
if they're releasing that new ESC that Turtle Mode just showed us, they're going to come out with something that has that in it, because there's nothing that they make that has
Those
that
are
in it
kind
yet.
of higher end components. Yeah. I mean, not all
Yeah.
of that is going to match with a cheap, why would you put a like $160 stack in a drone that's, super inexpensive? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, that stack is almost as much as this whole drone.
Exactly. So I don't know.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how people like those stacks, though. It's kind of it's a strange price point to me, but
Yeah, they're coming out from being the underdogs to, hey, we got this gold plate here and you should buy it, even though all of our other
Right.
stuff kind of is mediocre. It's like,
right.
I mean,
that's up there with that's about the same price I paid for the 65 amp Hobby Wing stack. That's really pretty battle proven,
Yeah.
And a 65 amp stack's that's a big heavy duty ESC too.
Yeah, I mean, 45 amps has been fine for me, but on 4S, I don't know if I'm just not pushing it, because like even that if I got that one, I'd still run my 4S packs through it. I wouldn't run it on 6S. That's
all I own is 6S packs.
Yeah, and they see I'm coming
heavy
from
ESCs.
Yeah, I'm coming from doing it forever before 6S was even a thought, and like I've never flown 6S, so I'm sure I'm missing out maybe a little bit, especially if you have the right motor KV setup. But to me, the battery cost and flying freestyle, knowing that I'm going to explode that battery at some time this summer, it's like I just would rather spend the $25 on a 4S than the $40 on a 6S.
See, I still think you should give it a try.
Yeah. Put it in yours, Seth. I mean, my 5-inch is built for 6S right now. It has the right KV motors and everything, but put it in yours. If you get a 6S pack, let's try it in yours, and I'll fly it, and then if you sell me on it, then I'll switch to 6S.
Well, I'll need to get some new packs eventually.
Yeah. Get them from our sponsor.
Well, obviously.
We can plug our sponsor. There we go. China Hobby Line. We actually have a discount code for our viewers. You get a 5% off using the code Blade Outlaws 5. So they take care of us pretty well.
I still think it's awesome that I
just put that
ordered the batteries and then they contacted us.
Dude, I thought it was funny too, but
yeah, it was like the day before I ordered them, and then you're like, "Hey, this company just contacted me." I'm like, "Wait, I just bought those."
Yeah. So
one day too late.
I was putting an order together on it. And the only thing that's kind of annoying is that like the shipping is kind of expensive when we first get it through their site for batteries, and it takes a little bit to get here. But if you guys want to do an order together, let me know, and we can pull up. If you guys got whatever batteries you want, let me know. I'll shoot our sponsor manager a message, and they're going to give us a higher discount on a bigger order, and then we'll get like free shipping and stuff like that too if we can, collaborate our orders. We're talking probably
I'm sure there is better deals if we do it in bulk.
Yeah, it's quite a bit more. So on top of our already discount,
shipping's hard, with that stuff. That's what I run into with like propellers.
Yeah.
A propeller is kind of a low dollar item, and but a big box from China still costs a small fortune to ship overseas, so it's like you got to sort of buy a lot to make it worth it.
Yeah.
Right now, it's $48 for 2 6S packs. That's not bad at all.
Dude, no, and I like their batteries. I know that they're not like the craziest, most high performance batteries out there. Well, Joshua Bardwell did a video on them actually a while ago on the 4S packs.
I would say that
he said that they were the best out of the ones that he tested. That was back when he was testing batteries.
I watch a ton of that type of YouTube, like analytical stuff on what product performance stuff, and those China Hobby Line Black series seem really popular with freestyle people.
Yep.
I mean, those always rank up there. It's to me, they're a little bit low C rated for the racing stuff. I burn them out with my race quads, but To be fair, though, I burn out like the tattoo packs that are significantly more expensive too. So
Yeah.
but can't win that. But you're just driving them right off the edge of a cliff when you're on a racetrack too, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. The same thing with like tiny wood packs too. That's like you eat those things up for dinner every day.
I'm definitely going to tell you that I'm going to get some of the 3S packs for my baby ape.
Well,
The speedy pizza packs are kind of well received. Those are somewhat well received amongst racers. They're a budget race pack, but they have a thicker kind of rubbery coating rather than like the brittle shrink wrap. So they handle crashes without cracking the wrapper a little bit better.
Yeah, that's a lot better. I think, Seth, you should probably get some of the tiny whip batteries too with the BT 2.0 plug on it. So, like I said, just even if it's just you and I getting an order together, because I think I started putting together an order and it was like $60, and then it was going to be like $20 for shipping. And I'm like, well, I should wait to see what everybody else wants to do, because they said that if we get like above like $150 or $200, they're going to give us another like 10% on top of our bigger discount. So,
all right.
I just have to email them what I want and pay for it that way, and that's how we get our email the manager.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I like their packs. They make.
I'm just scrolling through right now looking, so I can just send you what I want.
Yeah. Yeah, not a problem.
Unless we end up changing the plug on my tiny whip.
I did already, I think. Did I?
Did you?
I don't fucking know. Hold on 1 second. Sorry for swearing.
What type of tiny whip plugs do you guys use?
Oh, no. He has the PH 2.0. I use BT 2.0.
That's the beta
mini,
FPV set. That's what I put on my Hummingbird too, which I think they're superior.
They are superior. They're basically just a mini XT60.
Yeah.
And they call them the beta FPV ones, but now everybody's adapting them.
Everybody's has them now. That's good.
Yeah. So
I think at first those beta FPV packs didn't, like, people really criticized them, but they got better. I've got a bunch of them that seem just fine.
Good. Yeah. Their lavas are the best. I just bought a couple more of those because you can buy them on Amazon with free shipping. It's like $25 for 5 batteries.
Nice.
But
I wouldn't buy batteries on Amazon. I got ripped off with Panasonic robot batteries for an industrial robot. They're like $500 for these industrial robot batteries, and I bought a set and we got them, and they looked exactly like these Panasonic batteries at first glance, but then they plugged them in and like they didn't work. They were like, and then you notice like the wire harnesses, there were like subtle differences. They were counterfeit is what you got to watch out for on Amazon.
Yeah,
companies will rewrap that stuff.
But yeah, you have the
those. I mean, that's a different use case. But now I go to my welding supplier and pay twice as much, but I know I'm not going to get counterfeit batteries.
Right. Seth, so if you want, we can change out your plug to BT 2.0. I have some over here. I might even just grab you one of the old ones or whatever that I have laying around and just tack it on.
That's definitely worth it, I think, if you're going to fly it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you have no batteries right now too, right? So I mean, it would work.
A 4-pack from CNHL is $14.
Dude, see what I mean? Like, it's cheap. Buy 2 of them. I mean, get 8 batteries.
Get a bunch of them, right? You're gonna want a lot of tiny whip batteries.
Dude, I have
like at least half a dozen.
Yeah, I have over 10 right now. It's like, it's so nice. I bought more just because it's Rachel's flying now too, and so like if we're both dipping into the battery bag, then we got to be having a lot more. And I charge at the same time we're flying, so like we're able to keep batteries going. So,
oh man, my generator, I don't think it's gonna survive much longer. I was out at the racetrack last week or probably last weekend, and my buddy Nate's like, "Whoa, your generator's smoking like crazy." It was too bad. Just white smoke, just billowing out of it. Shut her off. I haven't tried starting it since, but
yeah,
just toast.
get like what I use is a battery pack. Where is this? I have one of those solar panel charged battery packs. So these things.
Sure.
And dude, like this will charge your. What did we use, Seth? We went and used it like for a whole day when we were charging 5-inch batteries, tiny whip batteries off of it.
We used my Venom charger.
Your Venom dual charger.
And then one of your portable ones.
Yep.
That one bricks. We're charging the tiny whip batteries off of one of your 6S.
Yeah, it was
4S batteries.
4S packs. Yeah. So then we were using that to charge up the 4S. Let alone we were out for like 10 hours. And that thing held up all the way through.
I mean, that's definitely a nice option. I've thought about looking into those. I need something that could really charge heavily, though. I would say my typical race practice is 15 to 20 packs, like 6S. Yeah. So it'd have to be a pretty good size one to do that. But I think there's stuff out there that can.
Yeah, this is just a $60 one. Off of Amazon. It's some cheap thing, and it's like
it'd be nice to not have to meddle with gas. You know, gas is a mess, and it smells like I can't leave it in my car trunk for too long, or my car starts smelling like freaking gas. Exhaust.
If you're gonna be out in the same spot every day, because we when we're doing freestyle, we're moving to different spots. But if you're gonna be in the same spot,
I'm always
you can bring the solar.
I got like right. That's an interesting idea to charge it.
Yep. Yeah, because that's what I do when if I go out camping and everything. We use that pack. I should definitely
look into that rather than looking at another generator, because I'm gonna need something either way.
It's gonna be close to the same price if you get like a really nice one. But yeah, for sure.
We almost had power out at our club. There was a it was a state grant, and our airfield is at a public park, and the park kind of made it known to us like, oh, there's this state money for like upgrading parks. So we put in for a grant for like power and water out there.
Yeah.
And we actually got approved for it.
Oh.
But then after we got approved for it, like all of a sudden there were kind of these other stipulations and timelines and deadlines, and it just got to where like, well, we just can't, like, for whatever reason, we couldn't make it happen, like in the timeline or financially. So we had to back out on it, but it sucks. I mean, we were pretty close to like some nice amenities out there.
They'd probably have to make it so you can pay for it first, basically, and then they get you the grant, right?
That's what it was. There was like an agreement that like we would cover a certain amount and they would cover a certain amount. And then it was sort of like, I think we expected that there was going to be a little bit of a grace period.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, there was a really tight deadline where, like, okay, you guys got to give us this big lump sum of money, like, right this second. And we just couldn't swing it and had to back down on it.
Yeah. That would have been cool, though, having electric and power. That place would have been
nice.
Just sit there and camp there every weekend. Oh, we got showers here. What? You got showers at your flying club?
We were looking at military surplus generators, though. I brought it up to the club board. You can get these. You just go on like U.S. government auction, and they're like NATO generators, and they're big son of a bitches. They're like camouflaged. And the board sort of laughed at me at first, thinking I'm like joking, and I'm like, no, like think about it seriously. You could like get these things for they start out at like $200, and people you can get them for like $1,200 or $2,000 or something. You could power like a whole freaking military base with that thing.
Yeah.
But like our field is just out, you could drop it out there on a cement slab, and it can just sit out there, and it's meant to be out in the weather and stuff. It's kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah, people, they say everything too.
They say if you want to do a generator backup system for your house, that's one of the most economical ways to do it. Like people go research all these other systems. Like, no, you just get this military surplus one for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, nice.
So they actually took me serious. They actually kind of took me serious after I was like, "No, guys, I'm really serious. Let's look into it." So maybe we'll have a big old camouflage generator out there as a secondary option.
That's awesome.
I don't know how efficient they are though. We got to look into like how much fuel do they really drink. Maybe it's overkill.
Yeah, maybe they drink too much. Yeah, that would be expensive too, and the fuel costs. It would have to be diesel, right? Those are diesel.
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah. I guess we can wind it down. It's almost been an hour already. So for the most part, I just have to try to get video footage for at least next weekend. I guess I kind of wanted to post this weekend, but I don't even know what to put out unless I fly my stupid Pavo Pico around or something.
Right.
Well,
But-
Nate and I will be heading down on the 25th Saturday night to film
Saturday.
that drone show. So that's coming right up.
There we go.
You guys ought to
Yeah,
consider coming down and checking that out if you're free. That'd be, I mean, I'm sure it's pretty something to see.
Which day is it?
The 25th in De Pere, I believe.
Yeah, I'll make some time for that. I think I discussed with my wife, that we were going to go to that. I think we put it on our calendar already. So we want to see the light.
Yeah, I've never been to one. I think it's going to be pretty interesting being involved with filming it and just seeing it for the first time too. You know, it should be amazing.
Yeah. No Rampage? Is Rotor Riot Rampage going on? I'm guessing.
I don't know.
It must be.
I don't got that kind of money.
It's not even that bad. It's like $800 to do like the glamping and everything else, but
Fly out there too.
Yeah, flying out there is another cost. But I don't know how to put this besides the fact of like going out and flying freestyle with a lot of people sounds kind of awful because you have to communicate really well, like where you're flying. You're gonna have to communicate really well what channel you're on, and like how hard you're broadcasting. And so it just sounds.
I was at FP. I committed to sponsoring FPV Palooza again this year. Actually, that's I'll be down there with some guys in Illinois for that coming up.
Nice.
I want to say that's coming up in August, July or August. But last year they did it up north, and that is a little bit of an issue. I mean, someone's got to take charge and like come up with some sort of an order. We're like, okay, we're gonna only have so many people in here at once, and kind of
right. And
my buddy Nate is used to running races, so he sort of jumped in and was like, "This is how we're gonna do it," you know. And he put like 4 chairs out there, like with a line, and like, okay, put your controller in line, and when it's your turn, then it's your turn. But
yeah,
and that worked out good. But there's pushback at first because a lot of these guys,
everybody just wants to keep ripping packs.
People, and they're like, I get to fly whenever I want. You know, their response is, "Screw you! I'm gonna do whatever I want." You know?
Well, and that's. See,
so
I'm gonna
that's got to be planned out in an event like that a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna vouch for those people though too, because that's how I am too. It's like you're spending all this money to fly in this cool, crazy spot, and now you're just gonna be like, okay, it's my turn in an hour, and okay, it's my turn in there's 5 minutes. Okay, it's my turn in 45 minutes. Okay, it's 5 minutes, and then okay, it's my turn. It's like your whole day's gonna get pissed away. And you're gonna fly 6 times.
Once you get it rolling, though, I mean that's not really true. Like I would say, if I kept putting my controller in line at that FPV Palooza, I would have been flying more than I wanted to, honestly.
You think so?
But yeah, you know, but it's all about like having I think the main thing at like a big event that I've seen, and I haven't been to too many I've only been to one freestyle event, but at races it's. They pull it off good because right in the beginning, before they let everyone fly, they get everyone they make every pilot get in on it. And like, these are the basic guidelines we're going to follow. These are the channels, blah, blah, blah. And that helps a lot, getting everyone on board. If you don't do that, then there's a lot of people that just have never flown with other people. And man, it's kind of a shit show.
Yeah.
You got to watch out too. Like some guy was like at the last one, they had this pavilion and there's like 10 people in there that are charging batteries and and working on stuff. And one guy just flies his like potato drone like right through people at like head level, like no prop guards, like
dude,
people are yelling at him like, dude, get that fucking thing away from us, and he's just like laughing, like thinking it's a joke or something, like no, man, like nobody wants to get chopped up by your propellers here, man. We're having fun. Like,
yeah, that's the part where I know enough to not be stupid like that, unless I was flying a tiny loop around and pissing people off.
Everyone's on board with that, though. Like
yeah,
that needs to be established a little bit, like some basic safety.
Basic safety.
Fly your damn drone in the fucking people area.
Yeah, no. If we do an actual event, I don't know if we're gonna do it this year because it seems like we got a lot to organize if we're going to do it. But if we did like a local event for just like freestyle flying and hanging out and flying, we're going to have to make like a chart of like no fly zones and stuff like that, or just do it at a club or something. But
right.
Yeah. It's one thing if it's only half a dozen people or something, but when you start getting 20 plus people, like you got to have a little organization with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
that's fun though. You guys should consider coming down to that FPV Palooza too if you're free. I'll post you on the dates with that.
Yeah, send me the dates on that. It's in Illinois, you said?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what city, but it's not like super far away. It's drivable.
Maybe Seth and
I would do a 3-day event. They're going to be it's somewhere where there's like camping. They're going to do like a meet and greet at a bar Friday night. And like maybe do a little flying, and then their main event is Saturday, and then they're gonna wrap it up with like a Sunday morning fly. But
okay.
Last year it was like they fly all day and they had food catered in, but then everyone went and partied at the bar, some little local resort bar and stuff afterwards. It was a really good time. Yeah. We're just going down for Saturday, me and some guys from Wausau.
Nice. Yeah.
But I'll be sponsoring them with a frame and probably some other merch and stuff.
Seth? Depending on the date, do you want to go?
Depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
We just got to plan it out ahead of time.
Well, we would probably spend a night. I would buy a hotel room down there.
That's
I got the date on my phone. I'll find it. I don't think they've posted their formal like advertisement yet, but
I like that. That's not very Outlaws of you. What, us being organized? We don't see. We call ourselves the Outlaws, but we do everything legal. Right, Seth?
Yeah.
Mostly legal. Yeah.
Yes.
100%, not mostly.
100% compliant.
But if we want to have fun, we go to Mexico.
We go to Mexico. Yep.
Okay, it's July 19th through the 21st is when they're doing the FPV Palooza.
I think I should be able to do that. 19th through the 21st.
So we'll be going down on the 20th, which is Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seth, if we're doing it and I'm driving that damn far, I'd rather stay at a hotel.
Okay, that's fine.
So we would.
They're friendly guys too, like you'd have a good time going down there and doing like the Friday night meet and greet. I'm kind of like antisocial, honestly. I'm kind of an introvert, but I went down there and had a great time talking with all those guys.
So
they had Frederico Duran, the Gem Fan rep, was at that last one, and they brought in a few different good sponsors.
Nice. Quad Mafia guys are awesome. You know them, Turtle Mode?
Yeah, I know Michael Toto and a few of the guys. What's Big Water UAV Solutions? Some of their core group that go on their podcast and stuff. I know fairly well.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Seth. I just read your text about the batteries.
Oh, good.
My phone was on silent. Yeah. Well, that'll be fun. Well, guys, I'm gonna end it now. But what have they even got? MEPS for sponsored. I like everybody. Everybody's just ripping on MEPS anymore. It's amazing that they're still an FPV company, with how often they're locally hated.
Yeah, well, yeah. They definitely don't seem to go away though.
But well, I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with the GoPro and buy one eventually. But it's probably going to be a week or so. Well, I'm guessing a week. I don't know.
I
Or
can help you keep an eye out for a used one if you don't care for getting a used one.
I don't really care for a used one, but everything that I guess that annoys me is that you go on Marketplace and you can see like the GoPro 9 and stuff like that people put for sale for like $200, and it's like
It's stupid.
I can go buy a GoPro 10 brand new for $220 right now. Like, why am I gonna?
Right.
So
Might as well put a warranty on it if you're gonna go through Best Buy this time.
Yeah.
Because if you smash it, get a new one.
GoPro 13.
I put the Amazon warranty on there. That's like one of the first times I've ever done electronic warranty on something. I normally don't. I normally believe you're wasting your money with that. Like, but
with
not
GoPros,
necessarily in FPV's case. I probably plan on
FPV.
smashing this one sooner or later. So
Yeah.
Right.
give Amazon's policy a try.
Or like before the warranty's up, just break it.
Yeah. You're like, oh, the lens scratched after I hit a stop sign going 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened. It just ended up like this.
I Googled it a little bit, like how do people like the Amazon return policy, and everybody said it works really good. Like, no problem. No questions asked. Just send it back.
Just send it back. Yeah.
That's how Best Buy is with their GoPros.
Yeah, Best Buy. I heard that their GoPro policy was pretty lenient. I remember Ladred talking a lot about that in the past videos.
See, here's the thing, though.
Explode them and then use the GoPro warranty.
GoPros aren't being like, you know how they used to advertise them as like, oh, you go surfing with them or go out on the water with them. Not a lot of people do that. Most people that are using GoPros are action sports people, FPV people, and
yeah.
Well, yeah,
they seem to be taking note of that a little bit.
Yeah, they make a GoPro Bones.
I've seen their representatives talking on like chats and YouTube and stuff like that, where FPV people were like complaining in the chat, and a GoPro rep actually responded like, "We are listening to you, and we're listening to you right now."
You know? That's cool.
So, but on the other hand, people have been bitching about wanting a new GoPro session since how long now too, and they haven't really quite came out with that.
No,
I just got that new GoPro 11 mini too, which it's not that mini. I gotta say, it's still a pretty good chunker, even though it doesn't have that screen.
Yeah, you showed me that last time we were on live, doing a live thing.
Yeah, I still haven't really tried it out. I did charge the battery though and got it out of the case and at least kind of getting going with it. So, I see they got on their app, they got like the lab section, and you can download a list of QR codes. So you could just pick the settings that you want, and then you like put it on QR flash codes, and then you could just flash whatever.
That's how my run cam is.
That's cool. Yeah, that your run cam is that way. I forgot about that.
Yep.
If a GoPro rep was listening at all, what would be like your change? Because I have two. The main thing that I don't like about like the new ones is those tabs that bend down to put the mount, I guess you could say.
Yeah. You
could break that. For freestyle flyers, we break those all the time on the mounts that are, on my one that isn't it doesn't have that built into it. It's like that, frame that you have to put it into. I break those tabs off all the time, and I'm looking at these ones that are built into the GoPros, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna break those damn things, and I'm gonna be screwed.
Right. I would agree with that. There's some sort of a better mounting solution, a more robust mounting solution.
And not just that, but if we
even if it was just like a 4-bolt pattern, it'd be good to me. Like four bolts, you bolt right through the whole case, and then it would be like secured or something,
I did not know the mounts on the 10 were metal. That is awesome.
Oh yeah,
and removable. Nice. See, that's okay. So then I'm gonna
build a TPU case and build my own mounting solution with it. I'm not gonna use those little wings.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. They should, if they're trying to get to FPV people, they should make their own mounts that are protective for their GoPros.
Yeah,
maybe not the base mount, but the actual. case.
And they did the GoPro bones to accommodate size
was-
some of it, but it doesn't have the durability. That's why I went with the 11 because
Yep.
that's at least relatively tough again. But now that's a chonker again. You probably wouldn't be putting that on a 2.5 or 3-inch quad, or it would be really heavy.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what the thumb's for. It's a cheaper camera and it fits my 3-inch perfectly. And what it can do 4K if I really wanted to.
Yeah,
But
that's
I'm
always
only-
kind of a nice option. I wouldn't mind a little camera like that.
Only downside is that you have to have it wired directly to the drone, and then you have an extra wire hanging out of your drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Powered
is a
off
little
of
bit
that.
of a bummer.
That's how the bones is though too, right? The bones doesn't. You have to power it off of your quad,
I think that might be
just off of a V-bat or something like that. But I didn't know that about the GoPro 10. I thought those mounts when I was looking at it were plastic, and I was like, man, I'm gonna break that crap off right away. But I didn't know that they were metal.
maybe they're more durable than they
I'm
look.
just-
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
just
only
gonna buy
based
it.
that comment just on the looks, but
I'm just gonna buy it and run with it. Then, if they're metal, that was one of the main things that was kind of hanging me up on it.
Right.
But, geez Louise. Oh, you know what? Before we end it too, you said something about the session, right? You know how RunCam got sued by GoPro about all of that because they made their square,
the orange.
the orange,
Yeah.
just like that. Well, when they discontinued that session from GoPro, the RunCam one popped back up, right? And they still sell it to this day. What if they patented that? What if RunCam patented that? So now GoPro's SOL, and they can't go back and make
That's
it
an
again.
interesting concept. It'd be fun to look into that.
And it's like, oh no, we're
Funny.
suing you for this. It's like, I
Yeah,
can see them
you
doing
can
that.
see that. That sounds just like the corporate world of video cameras.
Yo.
That's sort of like the whole fat shark walk snail scandal and
Yo.
some of the there's not a lot of what's the word for it? Not a lot of business ethics with some of that stuff.
Oh, business
that
ethics.
they're
Yeah,
like,
there's no.
we're just gonna copy and steal whatever.
Yo. That's funny. But alrighty, guys. Well, I'm gonna end it if you don't mind. I'm tired. I woke up at 3 in the morning today.
Busy day today too. I've been
Yeah.
driving a lot.
But thanks for meeting up. We gotta set a time to go fly again. But
Yeah.
we'll end up doing that. I found a new way of ordering shirts, by the way. You guys saw that shirt that I sent you with my drone picture and the Blade Outlaw logo. I have it hanging up. I'm not gonna grab it, but I ordered that crap off of Amazon, and it was $15 to get it. And I was paying like $30 or $40 to get custom made shirts before. And so
Yeah, that's a good deal.
I'm down to buy more shirts for sure. And I'll have to end up setting you. I still owe you one. Turtle Mode, so I have to get you one, and I think I'm just gonna do your logo and our logo on it some way or whatever we plan out. Maybe it'd be kind of cool is to do like your logo and our logo and like a picture of your quad with your frame that you
Yeah,
designed.
that'd be cool.
So send me
I'm down for whatever there. Yeah,
send me
get you
send me a
photos.
picture of a quad that you want on your shirt. Just the only thing because my Photoshop app. It's kind of hard to use. Just try to get like a basic like white color background or something like that, so then I can chop out the background easier.
Yeah, I probably have a lot of that. Like I do. I cut the background out of all my product photos.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Even if you send it to me chopped out already, it's
Yeah,
'cause,
I'll look through some photos later.
But I'll buy you a $15 shirt and ship it to you. I don't care.
That'd be
So.
awesome. Yeah, I wear it.
Here's the true question.
I'll
though,
help
before you're done.
advertise your channel for sure.
Yeah.
I get it.
What's that?
I said, here's the true question. What color is he going?
Oh yeah. What color shirt? I forgot to ask you that. What color shirt do you want?
What's the options?
Pink.
Pretty much any. They have all of them, like gray, blue, white, black, pink, and
I'd
maybe
probably
even
be
purple.
like blue or black. Probably not like a white or something. I'll get it too dirty
Dude,
too quick.
Yeah, when I bought this one, I bought the white one just to see how it was going to turn out, and I was going to buy like gray and stuff. But, You think like a blue?
Yeah.
Or what?
I like blue colors. I
Yeah.
just wear my blue shades.
The only thing that's I don't know how it's gonna turn out is the blue on our logo, and if you have blue
maybe that.
print 3D filament on your drone.
Yeah, that
how
might
that's
not be
gonna-
a good match. I don't know.
Well, it's like
I'll
a
send
dark
you the
navy
photos,
blue.
man. I'll
Yeah,
trust your
I mean,
judgment. I'm not that particular.
Yeah, I'll see how it looks. But normally like black or gray is kind of what I've been bouncing between.
Yeah, I'd be good
Pink.
with black too. That's kind of a
Seth's just
give it the old
freaking
pink. Yeah.
Fruit Loop over
See,
there.
there's a whole story behind why. It's like
Why you-
when I was doing the RC racing, all my cars were pink. When I
Yeah,
was doing the drifting, all my cars were pink.
everything was.
And it's just that's what my color was. I don't know.
Sure.
It looked nice, so that's what I got.
I like your shirt actually. When we ordered
Yeah,
your
it
pink
looks
shirt,
really
it
nice.
looked cool actually with our logo on it. But yeah. So all right, I keep tie dye. Someone said we should get tie dye shirts. I don't want to support.
Nah, I need a pink drone now.
Just start
Just-
getting pink filament.
I got
Start
some
putting that
7-inch pink HQ props, and they don't sell them anywhere. They're like,
on.
I just asked Zong, the owner. Maybe they sell them in Asia or something, but like in America, you can only get black 7-inch ones. And I just asked him, like, could you hook me up? And he just gave me 10 packs of pink ones. And I sold 9 packs, but I kept 1 pack, and I don't fly them because I'm like, it's the only.
It's the only one.
packs in America.
That's funny.
So I can't bring myself to use them ever, but.
Well, alrighty, guys.
All right.
Well, have a good night. Thank you for talking. I think we could talk all night, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, good talking. We'll see you guys next time.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
Really?
And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll put out a video soon, by the way. We'll put out something that's not DVR. Obviously, no one likes watching that, so
I need
just
to
give me
get a
time.
video.
I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll do some scenic shots this weekend or something. I'm going to a car show tomorrow. I should bring the Pavo Pico and just cruise around the car show. There we go.
Once I get that 7-inch flying, then it'll be my new toy, and I'll send you guys a whole memory card full of crap. But no, you'll have
There we
enough
go.
for a couple months.
There we go. Sweet. Alrighty. Thank you, guys. Talk to you later.
Yeah, there we go.
My name is Rachel from Blade Outlaws. We'd like to thank Turtle Mode FPV for sponsoring our video. Please be sure to check out the 7-inch heavy metal spec racing frame on turtlemodefpv.com and the YouTube channel at Turtle Mode FPV. Thank you.